It's Friday again, everyone. My name is Dean.
And my name is Tyler, and we're here back with another champion review.
Boo, boo, boo. Cool. Yeah, we got Renekton and Caitlyn today. Surprise, surprise. Probably not much going on. I know for sure Renekton, there's not much going on, but that's okay, guys. We're going to have a nice short in before it's fucking 4 hours long
It's
episode.
going to be 5 hours just because you said that.
But yeah, so we got them today. And then, as always, we like to do it. The YouTube. Come on over to the YouTube, guys. Come check out the full gameplays, the previous episodes, the shorts. Again, trying to pump out 1 or 2 shorts every day.
Right.
It's fun to make, and they're fun to watch, and, we're enjoying it a lot. But yeah, just come on over here. Just go ahead and search in the bar. Let's see. If I search according to low elo, let's see. There you go. Literally, you type that into the search bar, nothing else. We're the first thing that comes up.
Let's go. Finally got enough in there to pull us up.
Yeah. So go ahead. If you're listening and you're not subscribed to the YouTube, come to the YouTube. We got another full gameplay coming up on Saturday.
Sure do.
It's gonna be great.
Speaking of full gameplays,
right? Good good
good segue.
Transition.
Like a segue.
Yeah. So as we said on the last episode, and we're gonna be doing this all until it's actually next Friday. It'll be next weekend. The 15th, April 15th, at about noon. PST, Pacific Standard Time.
Yep.
We are doing our giveaway stream, and like we said, we want to get teams formed. So Tyler and I can cast them. We're gonna be in the same room together, so it'll be even more it'll probably be more funny that way too.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come to the Discord, and I'll even show you if you want to, wherever you're listening right now or watching, if you're on YouTube, the link tree is in it. Look, I got the link tree right here. It's linktree.ee linktree.ee/ATLE pod. Just in case if you don't see it. The first one right here, Discord. Click that bad boy and come on in.
Yeah, pop in there. We got teams being formed.
Yeah, we got
our Crapitanos.
We got Azap and Thoticus are up here. They're forming some teams. So Thoticus is a top laner. Azap, is a jungler. So and if you feel like being a captain, maybe we can. If we get enough people, if we get 4 teams, that'd be incredible. If we get 2, maybe we can make it like a best of 5 or something. I don't know. We just try to get. We want to get as many people in here as possible. And Absolutely. If you guys want to compete, we're gonna be doing RP prizes. We're gonna be doing like hourly giveaways for RP, and then for this, we'll call it a tournament. The winning team is gonna get a little bit more of an RP prize. So
let's go.
If you want to win some free RP, you wanna show your skills off to us. Most importantly, we want to be the ones that are casting it. So
right, that's gonna be fun for me. So I'm also just making sure I'm going through the Discord right now, and just the 2 team captains, I'm putting their name in their respective threads. That way you guys can see it and figure out who is who. I realized that they were not quite so obvious. They are now obvious. So
guys, come to Discord, check out suggestions, and if you want to form some teams, or maybe you're a little shy and you don't want to ask these people themselves, go ahead and message myself or Tyler, and we'll help you figure out a team.
Yes, we're happy to do that.
So yeah, April 15th, guys, get stoked. We'll keep reminding you for the next few episodes. So, anyways,
without further ado,
all right, we got Gator.
The Gator boy, dude.
No, actually, he's a crocodile.
He is a crocodile, but we call him Gator.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. How big of a difference? Crocodiles are saltwater mainly, right?
I don't even know if that's true, to be honest with you.
Let's take a look, because I know what's...
It's something about the eyes. That's all I remember.
This is why this episode's going to be 4 hours long. What's the difference?
Here's the problem, is I keep reptiles, and I couldn't tell you the difference between a fucking gator and a croc.
All right, here we go. The snout
is longer.
Alligators, right? Alligators have a wider U-shaped snout, while crocodiles have a pointier V-shaped snout.
Oh, shit.
Water. Alligators prefer fresh water, while crocs tend to prefer salt water or brackish water, which is a combination of salt water and surface. Whenever I think of crocodiles, I just think of the Nile, like in Egypt.
Okay. I think of Australia, where Steve Irwin was.
Sure. Okay. I just think maybe it's just tied to Renekton, because Renekton and Nasus are kind of like Egyptian.
Sure.
So I think he's Sebek. Sebek is the Nile god, and he's a crocodile.
Okay.
Nasus, Anubis, whatever.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely a crocodile, but we'll say gator.
The croc, the gator. I don't know. His mouth is kind of U-shaped. Excuse me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, his mouth is kind of U-shaped, so I mean, I couldn't tell you the difference. But I think alligators have their eyes more toward the top of their head too, where crocs are a little bit more in line with the rest of their head. So I think croc makes sense. But all you need to know is he's the butcher of the sands.
Butcher, baby.
And Chat GPT is going to tell us a little bit about Renekton. So let's see. It says Renekton is a champion in the popular online multiplayer game League of Legends.
Thanks, Chat.
I love that. That's so funny every time. He's a melee fighter and a very strong early game champion. Okay, 100% so far. Renekton is known for his aggressive playstyle and high damage output, as well as his ability to sustain himself in lane due to his innate health regeneration. Okay, is it regeneration or is it restoration? Well, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's
more or less the same. Renekton's kit consists of a variety of abilities that allow him to engage on enemies, deal damage, and sustain himself in fights. There's a fly, and he just flew across the screen 3 times. I'm sorry for all you guys that just saw that. Yeah, I think he flew on my face a minute ago, too. It was annoying. His Q ability, Cull the Meek, deals AoE damage to enemies and heals Renekton based on the number of targets hit. His W ability, Ruthless Predator, stuns an enemy and deals additional damage based on Renekton's Fury resource. Renekton's E ability, Slice and Dice, that's probably my favorite one, allows him to dash forward and slash all enemies in his path, and can be used twice in quick succession if he hits a target with the first cast. Renekton's ultimate ability, Dominus, grants him increased health, size, and AoE damage around him, making him a formidable force in teamfights. Renekton is generally played top lane, where he can use his early game strength to bully opponents and gain a lead. He's also a good pick against other melee champions, as his kit allows him to outtrade them in close range combat. In teamfights, Renekton is often used as a frontline tank, using his ultimate and crowd control to disrupt the enemy team and protect his allies.
Okay.
Overall, Renekton is a versatile champion with a strong early game and the ability to be a tank or a bruiser depending on the situation. He requires good positioning and timing to be played effectively, but in the hands of a skilled player, he can be a devastating force on the battlefield.
First thing I'll say, he is a horrible champion if you build him straight tank.
Yeah, he's terrible. He does nothing.
You need some bruisery items on this dude to get going. People were playing him Prowler's Claw.
Right.
So I think overall this was like a 90%, maybe 95% right. It's pretty good. It got all the ability names right.
For sure.
Surprising.
Well, he doesn't have any old abilities, so that's at least
it's helpful.
A plus.
So he doesn't have any old abilities. He just got some icon updates. You know, we talked about his skins in the skin episode.
Yes.
And just looking at his or actually no, let's do the abilities before we get back to the skin. So let's remind everybody what he does here. So
all right.
Passive, Reign of Anger. Obviously he is a Fury champion, does not use mana. Innate, Renekton's basic attacks generate 5 Fury. After 12 seconds of being out of combat, he loses Fury every quarter second. While Renekton has at least 50 Fury, his next ability consumes 50 Fury to become empowered with an additional effect. Empowered abilities do not generate Fury. Renekton generates 50% bonus Fury from all sources, while below 50% of his max HP. I did not know that end part, so... obviously,
I didn't know that either.
He gets extra. I mean, it makes sense. He needs a little extra when he's like kind of getting shit on.
Right.
I think I just remember, was it Magikarp used Fly? He did like actual champion spotlights. You remember those? I remember he did one for Renekton.
I forgot about those.
And he called it his passive or the passive, the no bar. Like when that thing is red, you do not fight Renekton.
That's hella funny.
You should get scared.
Yeah, you should. And he's another one of those, I like to call him like bait style champions where like, yeah, he's low, but if you're not careful, he's just going to whoop your ass when you go in on him. Tryndamere and Olaf are another one of those like, yeah, come for me now. This is the time I want you to come try to fight me. All right. Is there anything extra in the details? Renekton generates Fury by collecting health relics on Howling Abyss, so that's cool. All right, down to the queue. Cull the Meek. They have an obsession with the word cull. What was the other word they had an obsession with too? Man, there was another one we talked
Maelstrom?
about. Yeah,
Not
yeah, it was
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. And then they got rid of Maelstrom. Yeah. Okay, Cull the Meek. Active. Renekton cleaves around himself, dealing physical damage to nearby enemies and healing himself for each enemy hit up to a cap. Against champions, the healing is increased by 300%. Renekton generates 2.5 Fury for each non-champion hit and 10 Fury for each champion hit, with the Fury generated per cast capped at 30. Reign of Anger bonus. Cull the Meek has increased damage, tripled total healing, and a quadrupled healing cap.
Like, holy shit.
Renekton cannot basic attack nor cast Slice, Dice, or Dominus for a quarter second after Cull the Meek's activation. Okay. Physical damage. So without the passive, just the regular base is 60 to 180 with 100% bonus AD. Okay, that's fair. The enhanced, you're looking at 90 to 270 with 140% bonus AD. The healing cap without the passive is 50 to 150. The enhanced healing cap's 200 to 600.
The enhanced is the when you against champions.
Yeah.
The 300%, right?
No, that's when you have enough Fury. I'll get to the champion healing in just 1 second. The non-champion healing is 2 to 6 plus 2% bonus AD. The enhanced non-champion healing, so this is with the passive again, is 6 to 18 plus 6% bonus AD. Champion healing is 12 to 36 with 15% bonus AD, which means you can get 36 to 108 plus 45% bonus AD per champion hit, up to a max of 600 if it's enhanced. So that's a lot. Again, like I said, he's one of those like kind of baity champions. I don't think people really build Spirit Visage on him, but it's an item that if you need MR is a possibility because it just increases that healing by an extra 20%. So that's kind of cool.
Just insane amount of sustain. Just like as long as you're hitting champions, like if you can get into a middle of a team fight, and especially if you build Gore Drinker, you're not only gonna have the Gore Drinker active, but you're gonna also have your Q. I'm assuming if you're in the middle of a fight, you're gonna have a lot of Fury going.
You would hope so.
If you hit 5 people with your empowered Q, bro, you're full HP again, probably. Or close to it. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Oh, it does say here, healing modifiers such as Spirit Visage and Grievous Wounds take effect after Cull the Meek's healing cap. So does that mean it doesn't affect his heal on that? Excuse me. Interesting.
I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
All right, let's move on to his W, Ruthless Predator. This might be my favorite. Yeah,
it's a good skill name too. That's a really good skill name. I just like Slice and Dice for reasons I'll get to.
So active, Renekton empowers his next basic attack within 7 seconds to have a 0.2 second cast time, gain 50 bonus range, 1 Teemo, and strike the target twice, dealing modified physical damage and stunning them for 3/4 seconds. Each strike applies on-hit effects at 100% effectiveness and generates Fury. Hitting an enemy champion generates 10 bonus Fury. Reign of Anger bonus, Renekton instead strikes 3 times, completely destroying, damaging, mitigating shields on the target upon the first strike, as well as increasing the stun to 1.5 seconds. Ruthless Predator resets Renekton's basic attack timer. After Ruthless Predator's standard and empowered attack cast time, Renekton cannot move nor cast Cull the Meek, Slice, nor Dice for half a second.
What is 0.528 seconds? How did they come up with that number?
So the total physical damage is 10 to 130 with 150% AD ratio, and then the total physical damage is 15 to 195 with a 225% AD ratio. I'm assuming the second one is the empowered. It doesn't say empowered. It says total.
Oh, the first one's per hit because it hits twice, right?
Right. Okay. So then, okay. So
they just put it backwards.
Okay. So yeah.
And then the powered hits 3 times, so you just add another
5.
5, right?
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this champion is played. I don't think it has a lot of success in pro play, and I know like LS and people shit on this champion.
Right.
He has a point and click stun, guys. It's so fucking easy. And if you're running press the attack, which I think is a lot better than or I guess it depends, but press the attack, if you have your empowered W, it instantly procs it, and then comboed with his E, which we'll get to in a second, and his Q, you have a lot of fucking burst damage too. It just boom, boom, boom.
Is this ability the reason people take Bork, because you get the 100% effectiveness?
You could
on hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds right. Like I remember like Bork Rush was like a big
it's just
thing. So
it's just it's really difficult to 1v1 a Renekton. Like especially a lot of people solo queue probably run Ignite too.
Right.
Like you're just gonna get snowballed on and you can't fight him.
You have to be another early game champion, I think, to have a chance.
The Bork is really good just because when either with your empowered or your normal W, it procs the Bork passive too, the slow. Yeah. I think. So it's just boop, you're not getting away from him.
I think Darius is one of the few that can kind of hang in there with him. And even then, Darius doesn't beat him until level 6. The Renekton can 1v1 any champion at level 1, which is fucking crazy. I've seen it happen. There's another champion that does that. God, who else does that?
Who can like win a level 1?
Yeah, against
like
Renekton.
Stupidly strong.
Oh, Tryndamere might be able to against Renekton.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. He might not be able to do a level 1 though. And then Gnar is another one that plays decently well into him, just because you have range. But like, you don't want to get up close to him. If he gets up close to Gnar, goodbye.
Mini Gnar, yeah, he's so squishy.
Yeah, so. Cool. All right, on to probably my favorite skill name from Renekton, Slice and Dice. And really, it's only my favorite skill name because it reminds me of playing Final Fantasy X with Tidus's Overdrive, Slice and Dice. Okay, so Slice. Active, Renekton dashes a fixed distance in the target direction, dealing physical damage to the enemies he passes through. If Renekton hits an enemy, he can cast Dice within the next 4 seconds. Renekton dashes a fixed distance in the target direction, dealing the same physical damage to enemies he passes through. Both Slice and Dice generate 2 Fury for each non-champion hit and 10 Fury for each champion hit, with the Fury generated per dash capped at 30. Reign of Anger bonus. Dice deals bonus physical damage and inflicts armor reduction to enemies hit for 4 seconds. So, the Slice physical damage is 40 to 160 with a 90% AD ratio. Bonus AD ratio. Let me try that again. 90% bonus AD ratio. Dice literally doubles that. So I don't think I need to read that out to you. The bonus physical damage from Reign of Anger is 30 to 90 plus 45% bonus AD. Which means the total bonus damage is 70 to 250 with 135% bonus AD. The armor reduction is 25 to 35% of the target's armor. So you got to hit the dice to get the armor reduction, but if you can, I don't know, is the combo Ruthless Predator, Slice, and Dice, or is it combo to Slice, Ruthless Predator, Dice, Q?
Probably W and then the E to make sure E1 first, so you can wait on it, and if they try to run away, then you can Dice again, or you can Dice and then Cole the Meek and chase them down.
Okay.
All right, moving on to Dominus, which I like this name too.
Dominus is so
I
good.
actually
he's got good skill names.
I wasn't sure what Dominus meant. Do you know what it means?
Just like the one that dominates.
So it says Dominus is the Latin word for master or owner. Dominus saw use as a Roman imperial title, is also the Latin title of a feudal superior lords. So master. Okay, that's cool. So Dominus. Active, Renekton empowers himself for 15 seconds, gaining bonus health, 20% increased size, 25 bonus attack range, and 20 fury, as well as increasing Cole the Meek's effective radius. During this time, he deals magic damage every half second to nearby enemies and generates 5 fury per second up to a maximum of 75 fury. So the bonus health is 250 to 550, and then the magic damage per tick is 25 to 75 plus 5% bonus AD, 5% AP. I don't think it was super recent. It must have been within last year. They added that AD scaling on it because before it was just magic damage and it kind of sucked. I always felt like this ulti is a worse version of Nasus's.
Right.
Because Nasus's, if we're talking about just the AoE, Nasus's does percent max health damage as it ticks.
Right.
And this is just a flat, like, 20, magic damage.
You're using
plus
this, though, for the health.
Fury.
Yeah, for the Fury, for the
Fury
health.
too.
You're not using it to deal damage with. And Nasus is using it for the health and the tanky stats, but he also gets the free damage from it, and he needs that because he doesn't attack at the same speed that Renekton can, right? Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, this is like you jump in. I think if you can maybe E once, E, then W, pop the if you have your empowered W maybe. But see, it's difficult. You need the armor shred too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough. Like, do you just try to slice through so then you can dice, pop the W, and then Q?
I think maybe if you have your Fury bar filled, so you use whatever first empowered and it takes away 50,
right?
And then if you pop ulti, you gain the extra, and then as long as you're hitting your Q, right, your abilities, it's gonna generate more Fury.
Right, that's true.
And plus, if you have Bork, you're slowing them with the passive, whatever.
Bork and a Prowler's Claw. Absolutely fucking
Prowler's Claw
disgusting. All right, dude. What's the verdict on the best question? I feel
weird because we
just talked about this.
I think I said pool party.
Pool party.
I know you said Outback, right?
I like Outback a lot. Pool party's good.
We didn't really hate on any.
No.
I remember that.
You know what?
I really like Pool Party.
I think I kind of hated on Project a little bit because it's kind of close to Renekton. Like, his blade is... I don't know what you call his blade. But, like, it's the same kind of...
Oh, yeah. What is
color?
Renekton's weapon? That's a good question. I remember I looked this up. A crescent blade.
Okay.
Crescent bladed axe.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
No, yeah, I really like Pool Party. Just the back animation is funny where he pops up on the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Also, when are we getting
Galactic?
Oh my god, I didn't realize Pool Party Gragas is in this. Holy shit.
Is it?
On the diving board. Look on the
diving board. Is. Oh, with Lulu behind him?
Give me that.
Is that Lulu? Looks like Lulu's hat.
It has to be Lulu.
Oh, there's a Cosmix in the back, too.
Yeah, I was like...
I didn't even notice that. Oh. That's funny.
This is an older splash art, too.
This is an older splash art.
They were teasing Pool Party Zach for so long.
Is that a Teemo and a Fiddlesticks? I see a Teemo. Maybe.
Or is that Rise?
Oh, you know what? That is Rise. A Teemo, and what's next to Teemo? I can't tell what's next to Teemo. It's definitely a Teemo, though.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, yeah, they haven't released the nuke that is Pool Party Ari yet.
The nuke that is in the background right here.
Right. Classic.
So,
okay.
I feel like Renekton just needs some extra voice lines or something. He has like 4 voice lines.
Yeah. I agree. He definitely needs some newer voice lines. He doesn't need an update. He just needs additional ones.
I think his in-game model is fine.
His in-game model to me is kind of ugly because like that helmet looks kind of silly on him.
Yeah, it does kind of look silly.
But I love the way that they play Renekton's voice lines against Nasus's, and like the fact that like these two play a similar role in your team fight. It just depends at what stage of the game you're at. Like a late game Nasus is far better than a late game Renekton.
Right.
But an early game Renekton just absolutely annihilates an early game Nasus, and the shit ain't even fucking close. But then like the pick line, right? Renekton says, "As I live, all will die," and then Nasus says, "The cycle of life and death continues. We will live, and they will die." Right? Like, it's very a very good way to play these two champions off of each other, but stay unique in their own right. Like, they don't feel like they have to be connected. Like, at first when Xayah and Rakan came out, it was like, if you're not playing them together, like, it was kind of stupid. And now I feel like each one of those champions, though I feel that they're enhanced on their own, don't necessarily, or they're enhanced together, they can be played separately, but they don't have a different identity, like I feel like, between Nasus and Renekton, if that makes sense.
Well, I'd be a little concerned. Are they from the south? If they're two brothers,
two brothers
compared to
okay.
Yeah, I thought you were making the connection that since Zaya and Rakan are lovers, that Nasus and Renekton.
Well, that's not where I was going, but
Okay,
we can talk about Tennessee if you want.
they're just two brothers.
Two brothers.
They're brothers. If y'all didn't catch that,
Are they brothers?
they're two brothers.
All right, dude.
All right. That's it for
let me
Gator.
see if there's any good trivia.
Uh-oh.
Because sometimes these good ones have good trivia. Let's see. It just says Nasus cannot escape me forever is one of the few instances where a champion references another outside of taunts. Okay. And come back when you've collected all the bits of yourself with references Osiris from Egyptian mythology. That's cool. But other than that, he doesn't have any trivia. Like, let's update some Renekton stuff and make him cooler, huh?
Cool. All right.
Right.
So let's take a quick break, and we'll get on to Caitlyn. All right, Caitlyn.
Yes.
So
with her updates.
Yeah, let's see. Let's read Chat GPT here. So, would you know it? Caitlyn is a popular champion in the online multiplayer game League of Legends. Known for her long-range abilities and high damage output, she is classified as a marksman, which means that her role is to deal ranged physical damage to enemies while staying safe behind her team. Caitlyn's playstyle revolves around utilizing her range advantage to poke and harass enemies from a safe distance. Her abilities, Piltover Peacemaker, Yordle Snaptrap, and 90 caliber net allow her to deal damage from afar and control enemy movement. Piltover Peacemaker is a straight-line skill shot that deals damage to all enemies in its path, while Yordle Snaptrap is a trap that can immobilize enemies who step on it. 90 caliber net is a dash that can be used for both offense and defense, allowing Caitlyn to escape dangerous situations or reposition for a better angle on her enemies. In teamfights, Caitlyn's goal is to stay in the backline and deal as much damage as possible to enemy champions while staying safe. Her ultimate ability, Ace in the Hole, is a long-range shot that deals massive damage to a single target. It can be used to pick off low-health enemies or finish off a fleeing enemy champion. Overall, Caitlyn is a great choice for players who enjoy playing safe and methodical playstyle, focused on poking and kiting enemies from a distance. With her long-range abilities and high damage output, she can be a real threat in the right hands. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty accurate.
You know what they didn't mention is the her mid-game fall-off. Caitlyn's well known for her early game power and her late game power and her 2-item struggle. It's like the weirdest fucking thing. I don't even know how they really went about doing that, but you need that third item.
She's like, she's strong on a 1-item spike, right. And then like, I mean, she just needs. I think like you just need rapid. Obviously, you need Infinity Edge, right?
Right.
But I feel like you need rapid fire too, just to. Caitlyn has the highest range in the game, by the way, and what is Annie's? Annie, I think, has more.
No, I think Caitlyn has more than Annie does. Caitlyn's 650, right? Or is it 700?
Okay, Annie's 625.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah, I know. I was saying Annie's close, but I'm pretty sure Caitlyn's the highest just because she's a sniper.
Yeah, so she spikes really hard on 3 items and just kind of meh at 2.
Remember back in the day when you used to rush IE on everybody? And she would spike really hard then, and then I think you would go to...
like Phantom Dancer?
Yeah, you would either go Phantom... Yeah, depending on what you needed. You go Phantom Dancer...
Static Shiv was
Shiv,
too.
yeah. Shiv if you... So you go PD or Shiv if you needed attack speed, and if you needed lifesteal, you go to Bloodthirster. And that just felt like you weren't getting anything, and then once you got the third one, so if you didn't go Shiv second, if you went Shiv third, then she felt really fucking strong again. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I don't really know why it works like that. I don't know if it has to do with her just attack speed scaling or her damage scaling or whatever, like her base scaling maybe it's kind of booty. And so when you don't go the damage items, it feels bad, but then when you don't go the attack speed items, it also feels bad. But however they did that, they made that work out pretty well, because you could be losing to a Caitlyn, come back and be beating a Caitlyn, and then she'll come back and beat your ass in like 5 minutes. Like, it's a very weird thing. But okay.
So she has some previous abilities. I think very minimal has changed, but
a lot of the wording has changed, but I think a lot of the ability is more or less the same.
All right. Start us off with the headshot.
Yeah, so we'll go to previous headshot, which is a picture of a little gear.
Gear?
It doesn't even fucking make sense, but okay. Caitlyn's non-empowered basic attacks generate a stack of headshot on attack, doubled when attacking from brush. At 7, 6, or 5, based on level, stacks, her next basic attack is enhanced to deal 50% AD bonus physical damage, tripled against minions and monsters, and gains 50% bonus armor pen against enemy champions.
Holy shit.
I didn't even know I had armor pen on it. Jesus. Headshot can critically strike for 125% AD against champions or 175% AD against minions and monsters. Current headshot. Do they have the same missile speed? Oh, it doesn't say. And Caitlyn's basic attacks generate a stack of count on attack. Why the fuck is it called count? On attack, doubled if she's within a brush. At 6 stacks, or 5 while in brush, her next basic attack consumes all stacks to become a headshot. Headshot. Caitlyn's basic attack is empowered to have an uncancelable windup and deal 60, 90, 120% based on level, plus 131.25% plus 26.25% critical strike chance, AD bonus physical damage. Basically just says you can crit with it. Increase to 110, 115, 120% based on level, plus the same bullshit against non-champions. So you get a little bit more...
Early game.
Yeah, early game. And late game is the same. Caitlyn may fire more than one headshot until it hits a target, which consumes all stacks. So if you're blinded by Teemo, it's not an on attack, it's a on hit. So you still keep it on attack if you're hitting wards. That was the big reason they changed it. If you're hitting wards,
yep,
she would consume a headshot, but you wouldn't get anything. So they changed that. So you get more there. Enemies that step over a Yordle snap trap or are hit by 90 caliber net can grant an additional headshot against them at 1300 range within 1.8 seconds without consuming stacks. Each method grants only one headshot at a time.
So yeah, different, a little bit different.
Right.
The armor pen seemed wild.
Yeah, very wild. I never realized that.
And it scaled the seconds or the stacks.
Yeah, scaled down.
7, 6, and 5. That was weird too.
I do find it weird
yeah.
that like it says at 6 stacks or 5 while in brush. That's kind of like, why is it 5 if you double?
Well, I mean, you're not necessarily going to be in brush the whole time, so you could be like, you could be auto attack twice or 3 times, so you have 3, and then step into a brush at 5. I don't know.
It's just weird, yeah.
it's written kind of weird.
It is.
Yeah, this is just a passive. The headshot is like we'll talk about. I love the icon change that it's an actual bullet instead of some wonky gear. It makes no sense. Why is that a headshot?
Yeah.
It's just very satisfying. That's the sound of a headshot. It sounds really fucking good.
Oh, it does. It's got like a big snap to it.
And she said, "Boom, headshot." Love it.
Depending on which skin you're using, I think Pulsefire has a different line.
She says cranium.
Yeah, cranium blast. Cranium blast.
Yeah. We'll get to that. I love that skin. All right, so let's move on to old Piltover Peacemaker. Active, Caitlyn fires a projectile in the target duration that deals 100% to 50% based on enemy hit physical damage to all enemies it passes through. Obviously, it's going to do the most damage to the front. Physical damage was 20 to 180 with 130% AD ratio, and then the minimum damage was 10 to 90 with a 65% AD ratio. I'm assuming this is going to be the same.
The way they wrote it's a little bit different, but yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, we'll read it anyways. Caitlyn fires a piercing shot in the target direction that deals physical damage to the first enemy it passes through, after which it expands in width, but deals only 50% damage to enemies it hits thereafter. Enemies revealed by Yordle Snaptrap always take full damage from Piltover Peacemaker. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
So the damage was 50 to 210 plus 125 to 205% AD. And then the reduced damage is 50%. You do the math. Do the do.
Okay. I was going to say that. Okay. Yordle Snaptrap, which actually I think the older artwork looks a little bit better for the cupcake, but the new trap looks better. I don't know why it's cupcake. Do Yordles love cupcakes?
It's a sweet. I'm just assuming it's Yordles have a...
Yeah,
like sweet things.
they must have a sweet tooth, I guess. Bittersweet Lulu.
I think Caitlyn likes baking cupcakes or something.
Oh, okay, is that why Vi calls her Cupcake?
Yeah, or something like that.
Bicycle Cupcake. Okay, Yordle Snap Trap, the original version. Active. Caitlyn sets a trap at the target location that arms after 1.1 seconds, lasting 240 seconds. After 4 traps are laid down, deploying another immediately destroys the oldest one. The next enemy champion that springs a trap is rooted and takes magic damage over 1.5 seconds while also being revealed for 9 seconds. That's a fuck ton of time. 9 seconds? Magic damage was 80 to 280 plus 60% AP, and I swear to God, if you built AP on Caitlyn, you're gonna get slapped. Obviously, they changed that, but like if you ever did that in the past, I hope someone slapped you. New Yordle Snap Trap. Active, Caitlyn sets a visible trap at the target location that is untargetable and arms after 1 second, lasting for a duration. The trap grants sight of the area for 1 second after being placed. Caitlyn periodically stocks a Yordle Snap Trap charge up to a maximum amount. Deploying traps beyond maximum destroys the oldest one. The next enemy champion that springs a trap is rooted for 1.5 seconds and revealed for 3 seconds, as well as takes additional damage from headshot. Trap targets become immune to further Yordle Snap Traps for 3 seconds. So trap duration is 30 to 50 seconds, which is a stark difference from the 240 that it used to have.
Yeah, right.
Maximum traps scales 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5. And then the headshot damage increase is 40 to 220 base plus 40 to 80% bonus AD.
That thing hits, dude. When you get hit with a fucking headshot.
Right. And the one thing I do want to note, I just opened up her passive and was reading through here. So it does say the bonus range from rapid fire cannon will not have any effect during trap and net extended headshot attacks. Mm-hmm. The other thing to note is only the ordinary 100% attack damage portion can crit. The bonus from the headshot is added after the crit is rolled, so the bonus doesn't crit. The basic attack triggering the headshot can crit, but the headshot damage remains unchanged. And I think that was it. Oh, no, yeah, that was it. I just want to make sure I noted that because you're not going to get a crit on the 40 to 220 plus 40 to 80% bonus AD just on her regular AD.
Yeah, I like the fact that they also got rid of, like, the trap itself just doesn't do damage.
Right.
It was, again, it makes no sense to build AP.
Right. Well, I mean, it makes sense for the trap to do damage. Because, like, yeah, if you stepped on that thing, it would hurt. But yeah, putting on an AP scale for no reason is just whatever. Like, dumb.
Also, are we gonna talk about, does Caitlyn hate Yordles?
Maybe.
Why is she wanting to capture them?
Let's find out.
That wasn't talked about
Caitlyn
in Arcane.
Want to capture
that just
Yordles.
Sounds very like PETA's gonna hit you up, girl. What the fuck?
Okay, someone said she's a sheriff. She's supposed to catch everyone. So the trap is used to catch Yordles, the net for bigger targets. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
That made more sense than I wanted it to make.
I know, right? Someone else asked, and so said, I mean, why would Caitlyn need to hunt Yordles even after sustainability update that came with Arcane? Lore people, I need answers. Someone said Legends of Runeterra short for the new Bandle City expansion shows that Caitlyn briefly ran into a Bandle scout named Ava Achiever, a young Yordle who looks up to Teemo and loves making her own traps. These traps just so happen to look like Caitlyn, so it's possible that Caitlyn learned from Ava. Hence, they're not Yordle traps in the sense they're to trap Yordles, but rather they're traps designed by Yordles. That also makes sense.
I think in one of the, I don't know if it's in a comic or maybe it was in like a short story similar to like that one. I know Yordles can, or at least in old lore, they could transform their image and look like they can look like humans. So maybe
I think old lore Yordles used to be like universally hated too.
Yeah, exactly. They were hiding themselves. That's why they disguise themselves.
Right. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, she's like luring them out.
Yeah. That could be another thing
I'll tell you. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. If I saw a fucking cupcake on the ground like that, my fat ass would just.
I don't know that I would eat it. I'd be like, who just left a cupcake out here? I might go try to sniff it, but I don't know that I'd eat it.
You'd sniff it?
and see if it like smells like it's something that's not sweet.
Oh, you know what it smells like.
So like right farting in my face, or does it smell like Badissi?
Holy shit.
Just joke.
Okay, let's keep going.
All I heard was a choking noise.
No, I did not expect you to say that. All right, let's move on. 90 caliber net, her old one. Caitlyn fires a net and recoils 400 units in the opposite direction, dealing magic damage to the first enemy hit and slowing them by 50%.
Oh, that reads
Damage
exactly
is
the same.
80 to 280, and then 80% AP. It's the same thing.
Oh no, just kidding. I thought I was on the right one. I was on the old one. All right, never mind.
Oops. So let's see the current 90 caliber. Caitlyn fires a net in the direction and recoils 390. Oh, they big time nerfed her.
Yeah.
Units in the opposite direction. The net deals magic damage to the first enemy hit and slows them by 50% for 1 second. Caitlyn will not dash backwards if she is immobilized or grounded during the cast time. She can cast any of her abilities during the dash. Now, obviously, I know the path. It's kind of weird that this ability. Obviously, the passive states it that if you hit someone with a 90 caliber, it prepares a headshot.
Right.
It's kind of weird. It doesn't say it here.
It is kind of weird. It doesn't say it there.
But yeah, same thing. You know, a good combo. If you're laning with Caitlyn, usually I think like Lux or Morgana is obviously going to be the best because if they can land their root on you, or their binding, excuse me, and it gives you Morgana's fucking Q lasts for 4 years, so
Yeah,
you have all the time in the world to place that trap underneath them, and then you get the guaranteed headshot. So you could like set the trap, Q, trap, pass or auto attack, and then 90 caliber backwards to like do it in quick succession. That's a lot of fucking damage, and you get like the triple headshot, especially if you have a headshot prepared already.
No, you can just blow people up by doing that. It's
Boo, 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 boo.
fucking stupid. And I'm just looking. I think Morgana actually has a debuff. Yeah, she does. The Dark Binding's debuff reads, "This unit is unable to move. Lasts for roughly 3 years." Like,
Yeah,
that's how long it feels like when you get hit by that fucking thing. And so, yeah, just add the the trap underneath. Let him take the trap, headshot him, 90 caliber net him. Actually, you probably built over Peacemaker them and then 90 caliber net him.
Yeah, it's like I said,
the
like
bonus damage.
Throw a Q right in the middle there.
Yeah. It's pretty gross. Actually, it's a really good. It's pretty much 100-0 on most non-tank champs doing something like that. So, okay, we'll get down to her. I guess I call it like her flagship ability, the Ace in the Hole. It's pretty huge. Let's start with the old one. Active. After a brief delay, Caitlyn locks on to a target enemy champion and channels for 1 second, gaining true sight of the target. Once Caitlyn completes the channel, she fires a homing projectile toward the target that deals physical damage to the first enemy champion it hits. If the target dies during the channel, the ability is canceled and put on a 5-second cooldown without refunding the mana cost. So that part hurts. Physical damage is 250 to 700 plus 200% bonus 80. The current Ace in the Hole reads, Caitlyn locks on to target enemy champion and channels for 1 second, revealing them as well as revealing herself. Ace in the Hole is placed on a 5-second cooldown if cancelled. Once Caitlyn completes the channel, she fires a homing bullet toward the target that deals physical damage to the first enemy champion hit. Increased by 0 to 25% based on critical strike chance. Physical damage is 300 to 750 plus 200% bonus AD. And she also has this nice little quote. She says, "In my sights."
Yeah, pretty,
Straightforward.
it feels bad when you're low and you're trying to run away and Caitlyn locks onto you. Like, what are you supposed to do?
I will say, though, it doesn't feel super unfair because it could be very easily intercepted.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
But
Or
you know how many times I've been trolled on A-Ram by that shit.
Yeah, to the person that's locked onto flashes behind you, and then
And you're just as dead. You're like, thanks, jackass.
So yeah, that is Caitlyn. First thing I want to mention about like skins is obviously she got Her original splash art, I'm looking at it right now.
Literally, the difference is just the dress, I think.
So I wanted to point out like the craziest fucking thing, and I think a lot of people, this isn't an original thing, it's just something I agree with. It was fucking insane that she doesn't have pants on underneath the first iteration of her like updated splash art.
And it was like
under her skirt.
Right. I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
But then they added pants, like, or whatever the leggings, whatever they are.
They added the leggings, and she had just like a corset type on, and said they gave her she had a corset with a collar, and then so they just gave her a full like upper part of her dress, like full chest coverage now. It makes
my boys were horny as fuck when they made the splash art. Yeah, like it's just crazy. I'm like, okay, she's a sheriff. I don't think sheriffs. I don't know.
No, but I'm not. She's always kind of reminded me of Mad Moxie from Borderlands.
Sure.
With like with the top hat and stuff like that. And so I feel like, and like even the outfit was very similar to Mad Moxie. So I feel like they were really pulling off of that, but then like changing her from like what if Mad Moxie wasn't mad and she was a sheriff? And that's like kind of the vibe I always got from her, especially because Borderlands has such a steampunk style to it already, and she's got a very steampunk style. Excuse me. So yeah, I felt like that was the reasoning behind it.
It's just wild that much skin. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's just weird.
No, for sure.
That decision was made.
You know what else was weird? I didn't notice this is in the second classic, her bullet, like the headshot that's being loaded, is red, and in the current one, it's blue.
Interesting.
I didn't even see that before.
That means.
But the red was a lot more vibrant. The blue's kind of hidden in there. I wonder if it's just because people would see the red. It kind of draws your eye to it, huh? I wonder if it's also blue because Hex Tech.
Maybe. I also like that her weapon is you can fully see it.
Right.
And the scopes are a little more precise, or the sights
are
a little more precise. So, but okay, yeah. We're looking at skins.
Okay.
What are you feeling here?
Okay. There's a couple. So, Safari's cool because she's like Indiana Jones, Lara Croft. Like, kind of throw them in a bag, mix them up any movie character from like that style. She's kind of that character. But that's not my favorite. I just think it's cool. Headhunter was obviously for a very long time. Headhunter was her best skin, and she didn't. I feel like, she didn't get a skin for like 2 years after that until she got Lunar Wraith, and so like that was the skin to use. And then Lunar Wraith was cool because she had that paired with Morgana. It was like, oh, this is perfect. These two work really well together. Mm-hmm. And then they came out with Pulsefire. And that one is really good. As much as I don't like the skin line, it's really cool for Caitlyn. I think it's probably one of her best, if not the best.
I will say I like, again, in Pulsefire because it's a legendary. She has one of my favorite lines in that. She says, "This is my boomstick," and it's Evil Dead.
Yep. I will say that her new Snow Moon skin's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't really care for Arcade. I don't give a shit about Battle Academia. Arcane is cool, but like it's just for the show. I can't put that one on the top list. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I really like Arcade. The sound animation when she's channeling her ulti is good.
Oh yeah.
Another one I was going to go back to because we mentioned the difference between her splash arts. Her original officer uniform outfit is like way more scandalous too.
Oh, it is.
And then they updated it much better.
But it still looks kind of scandalous. It's just not as skin bearing as the original was. But it's.
Do you think they're gonna ever update Vi's? Because Vi's is literally, it's just like her bra is out.
Hers needs a fucking
Not that
update.
There's wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I love Officer Vi, but it's like
hers definitely needs an update.
That's good. Let's see. What are we
actually? I gotta say, I really do like the new Officer Caitlyn splash art. Like, it's actually really good. No,
it's good.
It's very well done.
I really like it. I do. Let me bring up Officer Vi. I like the Officer. Well, Officer Vi one definitely needs an update because in the background is the old Caitlyn officer outfit, and she's like holding a box of donuts.
Oh yeah.
And Jinx, I love this spot. Jinx is chilling in the donut in the back.
Right. That's the only reason you can't update it. You gotta figure out how to make Jinx work back in there.
I think, let's see. Man, I like Pool Party. I do like Arcade. Battle Academia is cool.
Wait,
her laugh.
Did they update Officer? Yeah, because Officer Caitlyn's updated in the back of that Officer Vi.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, I just Googled it and it's not. She has her skirt on.
I think that's the past version. I think they actually silently updated that without saying anything.
Huh,
On her wiki page, if you go to Officer, Caitlyn's in a full uniform.
Oh, you're right. Wow, they did. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that, but she still has the same outfit, so
it's all about the donuts, anyways.
it's really just all about Jinx and the donut in the back. That's what it is. But I will say this needs an update because like the background is totally starkly different from the Caitlyn one, and they're supposed to look kind of like they're in the same realm, right?
Yeah.
Vi's sitting on the bike with a donut in her hand in Caitlyn's, and it's bright out, but in Vi's it's dark out. It's like cyberpunk night or some shit. And yeah, so very interesting.
Yeah, I think Pulsefire is my favorite. Battle Academia is just a little annoying because her laugh is really obnoxious. Also, does she really need like two or three like high school skins?
No, I do like her heartthrob one's cool because
it's great.
She looks totally not like Caitlyn in that skin at all.
Right, I like that. I gotta say Pulsefire.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you on that. I do, like I said, I really do like the Snow Moon one. Her fucking rifle looks like a big staff, and it's super cool in that skin.
Yeah, I just like it for the Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
That's fair.
This is my boomstick. You got that? I love it. He's the goat.
He is.
So that is it, guys. That is Caitlyn and Renekton. So we somehow almost made this an hour.
We had a lot to talk about. She has a million fucking skins. Okay.
She does. I think she has the most skins in the game now.
Does she?
She has 1, 2, 3.
Well, she got a bunch recently since Arcane came out too, because she got the Arcane skin, and it was like boom, rapid fire.
Or no, MF Misfortune has the most skins.
Okay.
Caitlyn has 16, but yeah, I feel like she's getting like one every fucking year now.
Right. It seems almost more frequent than that.
Oh no, she got 2. She got 2 in. Let's see, that was in June, and then it was like she's getting like 2 a year. It looks like.
All right.
Insane.
All right.
Insane, but no big deal.
Right.
But yeah, guys, that is it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, rate, review wherever you're listening or watching right now. And of course, we did the whole spiel at the beginning. Join our Discord if you guys want to participate in the tournament on April 15th. Come join in if you want to be a captain. Make a post if you want to join some already teams. We can get that going too.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, just make sure you're following up and get some updates about the stream. We'll probably release some more information about that. But yeah, that is it. We will be back next week. For what? We have no idea, but we'll cook something up. It'll be fun. So yeah, guys, enjoy your weekend. You stay safe, and good luck in your games.
Good luck, y'all.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Click right here to see the previous episode of the According to Low Elo podcast. Click right here to see the most recent gameplay video. Thanks again.